Today's video is going to be my weekly cleaning routine. I have said multiple times on my channel, but I do a cleaning day once a week where I tackle all of the major things that just have to get done. It's not major decluttering projects, it's just the core cleaning items. Oh, I will go ahead and show you what is on my list of things to get accomplished this week. Here is my list. I have laundry. Once a week, I make sure all my laundry is caught up. Sheets, dust, vacuum, mop, clean the bathrooms, clean the stovetop, clean the kitchen sink, declutter one area of the house, air out our bedrooms, and then clean off the countertops. For the most part, these items don't change. It's the same thing week after week. You have to mop, you have to dust, you have to vacuum, all of these things. You have to clean the bathroom. All of these things just have to get done. And rather than doing them throughout the week, I prefer to just have one day where I get them all done and also make sure that all of my laundry is caught up. So at least one day a week, I know that I don't have any clothes in any baskets anywhere, which is, I think that laundry is one of those things that when you have a family tends to be a really big issue for a lot of families, where the laundry just feels like it's this overwhelming, never-ending task. And by having one day a week that I make sure everything's done, I never feel that burden of just feeling like I'm buried in laundry. Now, my mop just broke. So will not be mopping in this video, and I'm currently on the hunt for a new mop. I've had two of the Shark Steam mops. Both of them have broke. They are not inexpensive, so I don't think at this point that I'm willing to spend the money to go buy a third Shark brand steam mop. But I do like steam mops. I just feel like they do a better job of cutting through some of the grime that the dog tracks in on the floor. So if you have a good mop recommendation, I guess it doesn't have to be a steam mop, but if you have a mop that you swear by, go ahead and comment that down below so that I can see what you're using, what you're liking, what's working for your family. I do have laminate flooring in my entire house, so I don't have any carpeting with the exception of one rug. So I do need something that's gonna be capable of working on laminate flooring. And I also have vinyl in the bathrooms. So something that works on vinyl and laminate is what I'm in the market for. I am also getting very, very, very close to 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube, which is a pretty significant milestone for YouTube video creators. That is where you are eligible to apply to be part of the YouTube Partner Program, which is how you get paid to make videos. So if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and hit the red subscribe button. It really does help my channel out. Let's go ahead and get started on the cleaning.
When I'm washing my bedding, I start by opening the bedroom window to allow some air to circulate through the room when I have removed the sheets. I'm just going to go around my bed, take all of my bedding off, and throw it into the washing machine. I've discussed on my channel before, but I have a rotation for bedding in my household. I will wash my bedding one week, and then I will wash my little kids' bunk beds bedding the following week, and then my older son, who has a queen size bed, the week after that. So every third week, the bedding is getting washed for each individual's room. I just use a Tide Pod and some scent boosters anytime I'm washing bedding or towels. I periodically have times where I'm feeling a little bit more tenacious and will do the bedding for the entire family, but this is certainly not something that's done on a weekly basis. Next, I go around and just collect all of the laundry. I remove any towels and rugs that are in the bathroom, then collect all of the laundry from each bedroom and take it to the garage to sort it out into its respected piles. I sort my laundry in towels and undergarments, darks, and lights. So I'll just go ahead and categorize all of those items in the garage so that they're ready to go when my loads of laundry need to be switched. I mentioned at the beginning of this video that I always do one decluttering project a week. Now, not to say that I don't do different decluttering projects throughout the week, but on my cleaning day, I find one area that desperately needs to be decluttered. On this particular day, I decided that it was going to be this mound of shoes that had accumulated in the garage. I will share that transformation later in this video. Once the laundry started, I'm going to move on to the kitchen. I wipe down my counters daily, but once a week I make sure that I move the coffee pot. Anything that's sitting on the countertops gets moved and cleaned underneath. I am currently using the Mrs. Meyer's cleaner in the mum scent. I really like this particular scent. I think that it's only available in the fall, and I was able to find it at Target. If I'm able to find this particular scent on Amazon, I will go ahead and link it in the description box down below. I'm also curious if you guys have a specific cleaning routine. Do you have certain tasks that you do on a weekly basis? Do you have a designated day for those tasks? Do you just do them when you have available time? I'm always fascinated to hear how other people organize their daily homemaking tasks and set up a schedule for their family. You can see in the back corner there, my middle son is doing virtual learning while I am taking this cleaning project on. He is on a Zoom call, and it was a great opportunity to be able to get some things done while he was occupied. I am now using the Mrs. Meyer's dish soap and putting it into my kitchen sink. This is another task. I do clean my sink out periodically throughout the week, but once a week I make sure to give it a really good scrub with a scrub brush that I picked up at Target, and just make sure that everything is cleaned off and that all of the scratches are buffed out. This is a porcelain sink, so it does show scratches and needs to be thoroughly cleaned out on a regular basis to stay looking nice. Another item that I have regularly discussed on my channel are called plinks. They are these little yellow tablets that are used to freshen your garbage disposal. You will start by just running water through the garbage disposal for a minute with it running, and then you will go ahead and drop one of these little yellow plinks down the disposal, run it, and it just releases a really nice citrus scent and does a great job of freshening up that mildewy, stale smell that your garbage disposal can have from time to time. The final area I'm going to clean in the kitchen is my glass top stove. I start by using a gritty soap. This is actually intended to get grit off of, I think maybe to remove paint from your hands or grease. I think that if you've been working on a car, it's meant to get that grease off of your hands. I just use it on my stove with an abrasive sponge. If I can find the particular product that I use, I will link it in the description box below. Once I've gotten any of the debris off of the glass top, I'll just finish it off by using some glass cleaner and buffing it out. I also use the same glass cleaner later in this video to clean any mirrors in my bathroom. Next, I will be dusting. I use the Swiffer duster attachments. These come with a wand. I don't typically bother attaching it to the wand. I just use the pad and go around the house and dust all of my wooden furniture. I focus on my piano, my hutch, my entryway table. I do the tables in my bedroom, my actual bed frame itself. Anything that is a wooden piece of furniture will get a weekly dusting. Dusting is one of those tasks that I feel like some people will look over and they won't do it on a consistent basis. I find that if I don't dust weekly, you can visibly see the dust in my house. So I do try to prioritize doing this on a weekly basis. Cleaning the bathrooms is without a doubt my least favorite household chore. I absolutely hate cleaning the bathrooms. That being said, I do make it a priority to clean them at least once a week. I will spray down all of the surfaces with Lysol. Normally I use a more natural cleaner, but I do think that it's important to use Lysol in the bathroom and allow it to sit for the full 10 minutes to allow it to disinfect these surfaces. I start by spraying the toilet down with the Lysol. I let it sit for 10 minutes, then I scrub out the toilet and wipe the Lysol off of the toilet. My cleaning routine does take a couple of hours throughout the day. At this point, my son was done with his Zoom meeting and asked if I would play a card game with him. I think that it's so important to make sure that we are prioritizing our children in the midst of the daily tasks that we're trying to accomplish. This is not only a trying time for adults, but it also is really difficult for a lot of children. My son's doing the 100% virtual learning option, and while he is doing well in that environment, I do think that he needs a little bit of extra attention sometimes to make it feel like this abnormal situation is still something that's going to be fun for him. Once we're finished playing our game, I just went back to cleaning the bathrooms. I am wiping down all of the bathroom mirrors with the same glass cleaner that I used on my glass top stove earlier in the video. These definitely need done at least once a week, and I find that the kids' bathroom, from them brushing their teeth, needs done more regularly. The final thing I do in the bathroom is just wipe down the countertop and the inside of the sink. I would have mopped the floors, but again, I am in need of a new mop. As you can see, I have a large German Shepherd, and for those of you that are familiar with Shepherds, they shed like crazy. There is constantly dog hair in my house, and vacuuming is something that I typically have to do on a daily basis if I'm going to stand any chance on staying ahead of it. This particular vacuum is the Dyson V11 Pet model, and it is an astronomically expensive vacuum. It was a real investment, but for someone like me who has a dog with a ton of hair, I absolutely think that it was money well spent. The key, in my opinion, to staying on top of laundry and being able to successfully get all of your laundry done in a day is to make sure that the second the timer goes off that the load's done, you immediately pull it out, switch to the next load. The other key, in my opinion, to laundry is making sure that the second you put it in that basket, you immediately deal with it. I used to be in the habit of allowing laundry baskets of clean laundry to just sit around the house. I would not fold them immediately, and since breaking that habit, I have found that laundry is far more manageable. I take things from the washer, I immediately put them in the dryer when they're done. As soon as they come out of the dryer while they're still hot, it not only prevents them from wrinkling, but it also prevents them from just stacking up, and you get to a point where you can't really differentiate between what's clean laundry and what's dirty laundry. So if you take one cleaning tip away from this video, it's to immediately fold your laundry the second that you take it out of the dryer. As I mentioned earlier, I have one decluttering project I try to accomplish each week. Typically, this is an area of my house that's been bothering me. This particular week, it was this gigantic accumulation of shoes that had built up in the garage. We don't have very big closets in my house, and shoe storage is a constant issue. We have this racking system that we'll use, and while it's certainly not perfect, it's much better when the shoes are at least on the shelf. Prior weeks, I have reorganized my junk drawer. I don't have a before picture, but this drawer was to the point where it was difficult to open and close it, and my husband immediately noticed the second he opened it that it had been decluttered. Another project I took on was reorganizing my kids' dresser. This is a recent transformation. Before, I had them just folded one on top of each other, and I found that my kids were wearing the same 2 or 3 shirts and pairs of pants every day because we were never getting to the items on the bottom. This is a folding method that I learned from the Marie Kondo videos on Netflix, where she has a very specific way of folding her clothing where things stack up kind of like an envelope system where you can see all of the items. I'll be showing later in the video how I fold my kids' clothing this way. Now I'm just going to go ahead and remake the bed. I do always try to fold my bedding in a specific way to create I think they're called hotel corners. I don't know, that's what my mom always called them all the time when I was growing up. So she taught us how to fold the sheets and make the bed this way. So basically you just tuck everything underneath and then you pull it up into kind of like a triangle, crease it over, fold it all back, and tuck it in. I'm not explaining this very well, but if you rewind it and rewatch, I show exactly how to do it. And truth be told, my husband never remembers how to do this, so now he has a reference guide if he ever wants to make the bed on exactly how I make those corners. Next, I am going to just show how I fold the clothing. So again, this was a method that I learned from Marie Kondo. I think that's what her name is. Marie Kondo was a series that was on Netflix, and realistically I only watched one episode of that show, and my major takeaway was how she folded laundry. So again, she just kind of stacks everything up. She said that the clothing should be able to stand up on its own if you've done it properly. And I have slacked on this a little bit. I set up the kids' drawers in that manner, and I do like that they're easily able to see all of their clothing, but I don't know that I'm folding it exactly to a T the way that she showed. It is also a little bit harder with my 3-year-old's clothes just because they're smaller. I find that I can't do it exactly the way that she taught, but I do my best to make sure that things are all stacked up and in a line. If you are dealing with the same issue where you feel like you never get to the bottom layer of your kids' clothes, they're just constantly wearing the same things over and over again, I would highly recommend folding their clothing like this. I've also found it makes it way easier to know what to buy in the next season because you can easily see what clothing your kids already have, and you're not buying things unnecessarily because you had forgotten that they already had that item of clothing. Here's the final look at what my bedroom looked like after a full day of cleaning. There is nothing better, in my opinion, than crawling into a fresh set of sheets at the end of a long day.
I want to thank you all for watching today. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and hit the red subscribe button and join my little YouTube community. I hope you're all staying happy and healthy. Bye.
Hi. We're playing. What is this game again, Mommy?
Skip-Up.
We're playing Sippo. I can't show my face. You guys not allowed to see my hair and my face. You can't see my hair, but not my face.